Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. In this video, I want to share with you an in-box review and a closer look at this kit. This is from Tamiya in 1/48 scale, and it is a World War II German Panther Type G. In the box you can see you're able to build this kit as the early version or the late version. Parts for either one are provided in the kit itself, and you also have a nice reference to use as a painting guide. Without further ado, let's take a look inside this box. We have 1, 2, and 3 bags containing sprues. In this kit we also have a lower hull, a set of decals, and the instructions manual. Now we're going to look further into the parts of this kit. Instructions manual is really standard, and as usual, Tamiya is really good at giving us clear explanations and step-by-step on how to build the models. Towards the back of the manual, you have a painting guide as well as a decal placement instructions so you can follow. Now we will take a look at the sprues and see what they have. So first up, this is a sprue that contains 2 of the same. And in here you have all the components for the tires and the tracks. You have the track system, and it is a very highly detailed sprue or parts. I love the tracks, very nice. They'll be fun to paint, as well as the rims for the tires and all these little pieces that you have to add to the tank. So you have 2 of these in the box. The second set of sprues contains parts for the upper part of the tank, specifically the upper hull. And here we have the main body, which is a nice solid piece of plastic. Not a lot of detail on the surface. Obviously you will add to it as you go into the build, but they do provide nice panel lines in certain areas that when it's time to go in there and do some pin washing, it will really pick up and make the miniature stand out. So I like this. It's soft enough plastic for you to modulate it, make some damage if you want, some battle damage, or modify it, but it's strong enough to keep it strong and not break on you. Here we have other parts as well, and here you have the option of adding side skirts to your tank. You could choose not to, and all the other components that go with it. As well, in this sprue, you're provided with 2 screws, and these screws are for the purpose of connecting this part to the lower hull, which I'll show you in a second, simply because they're made from 2 different materials. Here is the sprues for the turret, and in here we have all of the parts to build it. You got the 2-part barrel. You might have to do a little paper thin filling and some sanding, but besides that, it should go well together, and you won't have to hassle with it too much. These are very well engineered kits, and they're new molds, and that's what I like about them. All the parts are flush and no mold lines, so it's easier. The only thing I will have to say is you have a lot of small parts, especially in this one, so you have to be mindful on how you cut them off the sprue. You need a good sprue cutter and some patience. I will make a video later on how to properly do that, and you can find other videos as well that talk about that topic. In this part, you also get the towing cable, and I like this because it is a very strong and sturdy material. It's almost like a vinyl, and you don't see any flakes or anything like you will see if you use a string or a thread. So it doesn't require any cleaning or prepping. You just paint right over it and glue it down and you should be good to go. You also get these 4 little black vinyl rings. I'm not sure what their purpose is, but if you refer to the manual, you'll see where they belong. Just make sure that you don't lose these when you're opening up this kit and that they are in the box. Here we have the lower hull of the tank, and I like this packaging because it reminds me of chocolate. But the real reason why this is my favorite part of the kit is because Tamiya is providing us with a diecast piece, essentially giving your model a realistic weight for its scale. And this is pretty standard for most of the newer kits in both 148 and 135 scale. And to give you a demonstration on how you will connect this diecast piece to this plastic piece, it's simple. All you have to do is locate the holes. In this case, you have one here and one here, and align it with the ones at the bottom, like this. Take a small screwdriver with the 2 screws provided in the kit, put them on, and that's it. This is convenient because if you want to pop them out and do some interior work or do anything else with it, you can. And you could just put them back together and don't even have to worry about adding glue to it. So this is nice, a nice added touch that they do. And the fact that they're focused on realism is also really nice. From a scale of 1 to 10, I give it a 10. And that is mainly because it barely has any mold lines. And the ones that do have are very, very minimal. To me, that's a big deal because I like to just go in, get the parts out, put them together, and move on with the project. Many of you can relate. Do I recommend this to a beginner? Not necessarily. Simply because there are just way too many small parts in here. Not too many, but they're enough to get you frustrated if you're not experienced working with plastic model kits and you go in there not knowing how to cut them off the sprue and you ruin them. Essentially taking away from the authenticity and the look that the tank is supposed to have if you're trying to go for a realistic approach. If you want to do it, please be mindful and careful. I will make a video later to show you how to work with different mediums such as resin, metallics, non-metallics, plastics, how to work with them, how to cut them, and the best way to use them in this hobby. With that being said, if you're interested in this kit, it's great as a gift. I will leave a link in the description down below that leads you to this one right here. Tamiya also makes this in 1/35 scale, and they have a line of other wonderful models that you can purchase. This is the end of this video. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you guys on the next episode.